Online School of English by Alex Rubinow.
And we're going to continue talking about the past tenses. And now I have a question to you. How can we talk about the cause of something or just put special stress on the order of events when we want to specify that something was before something else happened? What is your idea? Well, of course, we use past perfect. We use the past perfect tense. Exactly. So imagine a situation. The 14th of August, that's a preparation for a job interview for Jack. The 15th of August, that's the day when the job interview took place. The 16th of August, it is the day when they hired Jack, when they gave him a job. So, congratulations, I would say, right? So how do we put it in past perfect? How do we want to stress that first was the preparation. The preparation happened before everything else. How do we do that? Jack got the job because he had prepared for the interview. That's why he got the job. See? So first, he had prepared. Past perfect. Had prepared a reason for something else. And then Jack got the job. That's something that happened after he had prepared, right? So as you can see, we use past perfect to stress that there was some cause for something else, a reason, right? What about the negative form? Let's imagine the situation. 8 a.m. sharp. No breakfast. 9 a.m. sharp. No breakfast. At noon, there was no breakfast. And then, as you can imagine, Jane was very, very, very angry and hungry. Well, she was hungry and angry because she was hungry, as you can guess. So, how do we put it in past perfect? Jane hadn't had breakfast, so she was very hungry and angry. So she hadn't had breakfast. That's the reason why she was very hungry. So how do you say it with because? Please click to pause the video and make this sentence with because. She was very hungry because she hadn't had breakfast. Now let's use that's why. Ready? Jane hadn't had breakfast, and that's why she was very hungry. So yeah, something happened after that. She was hungry, and why? Because she hadn't had breakfast. Exactly. So first she hadn't had breakfast, and then, only then, she was very hungry, as you can see. So speaking of this structure of the sentence, first we say who, then we say had done, had spoken, had listened, had traveled, and so on and so forth. Had and the third form of the verb. Then we say something else like an object or where or when and so on and so forth. And then we have to mention what happened after that or some moment by which it was very important. So he had spoken to Mary, and after that he regretted that. But first he had spoken to Mary and everything was fine. He had spoken to Mary, and after that he regretted that. So something else happened. Then we use past simple. In a result, we may use past simple, or we simply mention when. All right. So the next one is going to be about the negative. What do we do for a negative? We simply add not. She hadn't spoken to Mary and that's why she did something very bad. Because, yeah, she had to speak to Mary, but she didn't. We hadn't listened to Mary, and that's why we had a lot of problems, because I think we needed to talk to Mary and speak to Mary and listen to Mary. Alright, so as you can see, the structure is like that, hadn't done something else.
No one in his family had spoken to him in 3 years. No one in his family had spoken to him in 3 years. No one in his family had spoken to him in 3 years.
For a question, what do? We put had in the first place. Had I, had she, had we, had they spoken to Mary? Had she listened to Mary? Had we listened to Mary? And for specifying why had she spoken to Mary? Why had we listened to Mary? Yeah, because now we see that something else happened and that was very bad. Yeah, or how had you spoken to Mary? I can't understand why you did something you regret, because obviously first you had spoken to Mary, isn't it right? So now let's practice a little bit. Please make up the 5 consequences of this nice bicycle ride. So, for example, he had ridden a bike and broke his leg. First he had ridden his bike, but then he broke his leg. Alright, so please click to pause the video and write your own sentences. Ready? Very nice. Alright, so now let's talk about a bit of mathematics in English. And we're going to talk about something very interesting, which is a period of time in the past. So please take a closer look at the notes that you've written of past perfect. So remember, it was a reason of something else in the past. So an idea of a result by some moment in the past, yeah, by some result. And then we have the structure, I had done it. Then we use the second idea, the process, the duration, the period of time, I'm working there, yeah, the continuous action, right? If we add it, if we mix it together, we get past perfect continuous. So a cause for something that happened in the past, but it's not only the cause, it's the period of time itself. For example, I had been working there for 15 years until they fired me. They fired me, but before that, I had been working there for 15 years. Can you imagine? So that's the reason why I'm so upset about it, because the period of time is just huge, and after that happens something else. So the duration and the period of time and the result by the moment when they fired me. Something like that. So as you can see, perfect plus continuous, past perfect continuous. Alright, more examples. We had been dating for 2 years. When we finally got married 5 years ago, we got married 5 years ago, but before that, we had been dating for 2 years. I remember once he hadn't been working at all for 5 months due to the economic crisis. Yes, something else happened after that. He found a job, probably, or by the end of the crisis, he finally found his job. Why had they been ignoring me for so long? Well, I can see that, of course, they answered after that, but before that, they had been ignoring me, right? So let's practice if everything is clear. So please write the scheme of the sentence structure for past perfect continuous, and please use the examples given. Alright, so these are the examples. Please click to pause the video and write your own idea how to make the past perfect sentence, the sentence in this tense. Are you ready? Very nice. Okay, gorgeous. Then let's practice all the tenses all together. Please make up a sentence with the phrase to wait for you using the each of the 4 past tenses that we know now. Please click to pause the video and write your own 4 sentences in past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous, alright? Are you ready? Are you ready to check? Have you written your sentences? Then let's check. For instance, something like that. I waited for you yesterday. Simple fact. I was waiting for you at 5:17 p.m. yesterday. Exactly at this time, I was waiting for you. I had waited for you, and then I went home. But first, I had waited for you. Yeah, but after that, I went home. I had been waiting for you for 2 hours when you finally came. Well, you finally came, but before that, I had been waiting for you for 2 hours. So that's the way we can use the past tenses. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you during our reminder video. See you. Bye-bye.